Martyrdom. Last night I started walking back to you, Father. It was meant to be a stroll, but then I started walking faster, Father. I started chanting all the names of all the men I ever went to bed with, Father. My thighs were burning and my feet were heavy with blood, but I kept the pace and chants of names up, Father. Listed them to the fence posts and the trees and didn't stop, and started getting younger, Father, and walked all night till I was home, just a spark in your groin again, and told you not to bring me back to life. Told you I repented every name and had freed them of me, Father. Yeah, so I think I'm kind of really interested in exploring ideas of masculinity, of class, of sexuality and of violence, and really seeing the poem as a place where all those four things can kind of interact. I'm really interested in the poem as a place of redemption, of maybe redeeming things that we're not that proud of, but also poetry that might focus on really small moments that might otherwise get missed and bring those out into the light. I'm really hoping that he doesn't accuse me of stealing all his best ideas, because in many ways that's what I built my career on doing. I think what I've always adored about Mark's work is this idea that he can point at something so ordinary and then bring it to some sort of epiphany that tells you about the meaning of life, and I'm obsessed with how he can do that. And I think also Mark's poetry has this incredible quality that he'll start off with one thing and end with this. And you're like, how did we get there? How did we end up here from there? And I'm never quite sure how he does it, but he's almost like a magician on the page. And I just think as a poet, having the career that he's had and living the life that he's had is one of our really important witnesses and chroniclers to different generations of gay life in America. And him alongside someone like Tom Gunn, I think, are the two main influences on what I wanted to go on and write. One of the first ever jobs that I got out of university was being poet in residence on the Watershed Landscape Project, which involved them just giving me 40 days worth of time just to run off into the hills and kind of be poetic, which felt like a dream at the time. But part of that involved doing 2 weeks staying in Maidenroyd in Ted's old house. And from there, that was when I kind of really first sat down and interrogated his work and kind of sat with his work. And I always remember my dad talking to me about Ted Hughes and saying, but listen to that accent. That accent writing beautiful poetry and speaking it like people who we recognise might speak. And I think that's been incredibly important. And as I've got older as well, the violence of Hughes's work against the beauty of the landscape and how those two things come together against something that's talking about time, about genealogy. And I think all those things are such a vital thing for one of our greatest ever poets, I think. Everything that's on. I think it's been so well programmed this year. I think the wealth of novelists that are coming over, the fact that Terence Hayes is coming kind of sends me into chills of delight, and I'm kind of already so excited to come and see Terence. Graham Norton's coming, which I'm also really excited about, but they didn't ask me to host that one, so I was really sad, and I'm hoping to be in the audience for that. And just, I think the wealth of, particularly writers of colour from America that I think are coming over this year is going to be really exciting, and just the diversity of this lineup is what thrills me. Clearance. There is a type of sex that your mother would never want for you. One where you don't kiss, where you barely touch, where a friend comes round to empty your life of your ex and they end up on their knees amongst the cups and birthday cards that have already come to seem trivial. It is not what she would have hoped for when you were young, this selfishness, this greed, this rush to be empty. She had always taught you to be gentle, to put others before yourself, to give people a second chance. She would not have imagined there could be this side to you. She raised you so much better. So my name's Andrew McMillan, I'm a poet, and I'm doing 2 different events at the festival. I'm going to be doing the celebration of Ted Hughes, which is Sunday the 21st of October at 7:30 p.m. at the Central Library, so come along to that. And then me and the glorious Mark Doty, who you just have to come and see, is over from America, and that's for a special bookend event to the festival, and that's going to be Thursday the 15th of November at the Anthony Burgess Centre, so I'll see you there.